One of the things that I always talk about is people's passion.
Yes.
Aside from music, what are you passionate about?
I'm passionate about building teams, creating an opportunity for people to develop their team and to develop their leadership skill in and around the team. Every person has an opportunity to be a leader, but the problem is we don't necessarily give everyone an opportunity to try and be a leader. So in your team, there might be people that could be leaders in your team or in another team, but you're not giving them the opportunity to learn how to become a leader. I love helping people build teams. Once the team knows its goals and vision, purpose, and not in the business sense, but in the team sense. Recently, we had some people come over. They do ministry to different girls. One arm that is not working well, and the other arm that is working well, you cannot be able to function properly. If someone is struggling in a team, and you do not know why they're struggling, you cannot be able to function as a team properly. When you're going out to do ministry, you have that ingrown fight, personally, but also in the team. You're never going to be able to achieve whatever you're trying to do. You cannot just go into people when you are struggling as a team, because then the people won't believe what you're saying. Helping those guys understand some of those things through activities, through logic, because I do a lot more logical thinking. In terms of team building, I'm interested in that. I hope that one day I can be able to do that a lot more.
Is your passion for team building teams that are doing ministry?
No, all kinds of teams.
Okay, so would you do corporate team building?
Yes. I've done a couple of those, but I've not done them with the Joy Center, but I'm hoping that I can be able to get Joy Center to be at a place where it's doing a lot more of those. Joy Center is in Wakiso. Wakiso is 15 to 17 kilometers out of Kampala. Wakiso town, that's where the Joy Center is. Passionate about leaders and building leaders.
If somebody wanted to contact you to run leadership training, how?
Facebook, Twitter.
Peter's links will be down in the description box below. Follow him, tweet him, whatever it is that you need, because I heard some things the other day when you were doing the leadership training. He took balloons, he took water, he took eggs. There was so much laughter and it sounded very joyful.
Yes, that's what I try to do. Okay. As much as I'm passionate about developing the entertainment that is gospel, I feel as much passion as it is to building leaders.
What, in your opinion, are qualities of a leader? Can you tell us what you think a leader is?
A leader is someone that has the opportunity to be at the center of a team, to be able to be the focal point that the team leans on to gain strength from. Sometimes the leader is not the person that gives direction, because the direction has already been set. The leader helps create the strength around which people begin to follow the vision and the mission of the company and to achieve the goals that the company believes those are the goals for the company. The goals can change. He is the strength on which everyone leans on. He's like the backstop. In the company I used to work for, the leader would remove himself. So he would be like, no, it's not me. It's the board of directors or it's the owners of the company. And you're like, no, it's actually you. You are our leader. Those guys give direction. They are not our leader. It doesn't mean that a leader can be the same person all the time, but there are different levels of leadership.
What does a leader have to be?
Compassionate. How do you continue to keep this person as part of your team enough to buy into what you're doing? So you have to have enough compassion to understand who they are, understand where they come from, understand that your typical traits as an individual are totally different from theirs. If the person is lazy, you have to figure out how to make that person not lazy and figure out how to be able to help them change that way. That's my view in terms of leadership. If it's a fault in the team, you take the blame. If people start pointing at each other, you're like, no, I am the leader and I am the one that made the decisions and I as the leader. It helps with people bickering among themselves, struggling among themselves. If there's a job promotion and someone is fighting and then that person didn't get it, but the other person feels betrayed and so they now want to leave the company, that person has to leave the company on the understanding that you made the decision based on ABCDEF. The leader needs to explain that all the time. The leader is never the winner. You know how people go and they're like, I am the one that did this. No, you're not the one that did this. It's your team that got you to that point. There's so many people that were good leaders but fail and their team just brings them down. Like sports just is the place that shows us that if you start to begin to think that I it. Like, take for example, the guys that have been like MVP for 3-4 years have never ever once said it was me. It was so and so, and I give credit to so and so, and I give credit to the coach, and I give credit to my trainer and my doctor. So it's never about them, it's about who helped them get to that place that they are now the MVP. That is about leadership.
Okay.
And about the Joy Center. We would like to make you and me become better leaders. That's why I like building teams, because once the team is together, the leader is able to help rally the team around their strongest points without having to worry about how the team will suffer.
Let's get a little personal. Where's your team?
The team that I am leading is at the Joy Center.
Do you find it easy to implement some of the things that you've taught? What is your own personal struggle with like building a team?
The different personalities of people. The struggle that I have a lot is trying to encourage people to be the best that they can be. Giving people the opportunity to express themselves very well in the places that they can do best. Sometimes I find that I have to like literally support them, being the person that helps. Sometimes it's really tough. My team is widespread in terms of age. So we are the 30s and they're the 70s, and trying to be able to help us grow together. Sometimes we're pulling so far apart because our thinking and understanding might be totally different. That's some of the stuff that I struggle with as a leader here at the Joy Center.
Okay, now you have 2 children?
Petra and Finley. Petra is going to be 8, Finley turned 5. They are everything to me. It's nice to be a father though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
I think that you get to understand what your father used to complain about. You know? And you get to try and do it better than what your father did.
Right.
Of course, sometimes I just revert what I heard or what I saw being done to me.
Yes.
But then also, like, in terms of like disciplining them, who were disciplined was to be caned. But it's not effective. The teachers in like the public schools are using caning. Anything they do, they're caned for it. You know, you failed your exams, you get caned for it. There was a time I was dropping my Petra at school, and this kid was being pushed around and called names and things like that. But the kid walked to school. The kid can't have clean shoes walking to school.
Right.
You as a teacher need to understand that. Not everyone has a car to drive.
No, to drive
be driven to school. So I, as a teacher, be able to say, you know what, actually have a shoe brush your shoes, go into class looking smart.
Right.
Not everyone is as privileged as my daughter is to be driven to school, to wake up in the morning, to have breakfast, to have the love of her, to be given an opportunity to express herself. So we go to school, she's listening to music, she's happy. But this child who has walked to school, the parents have struggled to make sure that they have something to eat before they go to school, and then you're complaining about the fact that that child's shoes are dirty, is being very disrespectful the whole process of learning, because later on this child comes knowing that just because I had dirty shoes I failed to pass my exams or whatever else. Yes.
I remember when they used to beat children for coming late. The child is not the one who's responsible for getting themselves to school, even if you are the one who walks. Someone needs to wake you up, to give you breakfast and then send you on your way with your homework or something like that. But to sort of just beat someone because they're late, that was just really weird.
It was not right for the teachers to beat us at all. We would be picked up by the bus, the Makerere University bus, and it would drop other kids off and drop us last. We would enjoy the dropping off of other children, but we would be dropped last, and they would really punish us for being dropped last. And we're like, it's not our fault, but it's also the cheapest way for us to come to school. I was like the rebellious child. Now I realize that was affecting my grades, because now I understand, just because I was being punished for someone else's doing, no, I'm not going to study, I'm not going to do my homework, I'm going to cheat at the end, I'm going to figure out how to sign the signatures. So I come to school and be like copying the kids and then sign my own, as in like that stuff that I shouldn't have been doing. I should have been concentrating on my studies,
on learning,
rather than being rebellious.
Maria,